In today's math class, we will explore propositional logic and understand how to determine the truth value of propositions. Our teacher will guide us through an example involving an implication, and we'll see how Minh and Hà contribute to the discussion with their questions and observations. Let's join them in their conversation and learn together.
Good morning, class. Today, we're going to discuss propositional logic and determine the truth value of propositions. Let's start with a simple example. Consider the proposition, if it is raining, then the ground is wet. Can anyone tell me what the truth value of this proposition is?
I think it's true because if it rains, the ground usually gets wet.
But what if it's raining and the ground is covered by a roof or something? Then the ground wouldn't be wet.
Excellent points, Minh and Hà. Let's break it down. In propositional logic, the proposition, if P, then Q, is called an implication. In this case, P is, it is raining, and Q is, the ground is wet.
So, are we saying that P implies Q?
Exactly, Minh. The implication, if P, then Q, is only false when P is true and Q is false. In other words, the only way for, if it is raining, then the ground is wet, to be false is if it is indeed raining, but the ground is not wet.
So if it's raining and the ground is wet, the proposition is true. If it's not raining and the ground is wet or not wet, the proposition is still true.
That's correct, Hà. The proposition, if P, then Q, is true in all cases except when P is true and Q is false. Can you both give me an example of when this proposition would be false?
If it is raining and the ground is dry.
Yes, that makes sense. If it is raining but the ground is not wet, then the proposition would be false.
Great job. You've got it. So, the truth value of the proposition, if it is raining, then the ground is wet, depends on the conditions we just discussed. Any questions before we move on to the next topic?
No, sir.
Excellent. Let's continue with another example.
Làm ơn hỗ trợ kênh nhé. Đừng quên like, comment and subscribe. Cảm ơn đã xem. Xin liên hệ tôi. Email golo82a@gmail.com